Hello and welcome to Quarantine Cabaret. My name is Rich Stokes, bit of a departure this time. I've been asking people on the internet, on my Twitter account and on Facebook for things that they like to see turned into lockdown songs for Quarantine Cabaret. I've had lots of ideas and lots of it's to do with looking after the household, painting fences and gardening and those little household jobs that you never get around to. And the actual musical style that I have been asked to do this in is opera. Now, bit of a tall order. I've tried for quite a long time and I'm afraid I couldn't do it. But then I was looking through this amazing book of opera stuff, and it turns out that in the mid-1800s, a very famous Spanish opera writer called Juan Gonzalez, the very famous Spanish writer of operas. Whoa! A very famous Spanish writer of operas. He actually wrote this piece. It's part of a larger show, but it's called Paulo and the Household Tasks. So, oddly enough, he was obviously very ahead of his time, this Juan Gonzalez. So rather than me writing a piece, I thought I'd just play you. There's a very moving duet right in the middle of the opera where Paolo talks to his wife Maria, and it's perhaps one of the most beautiful pieces of music that I've ever heard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the piece through, and for those of you that don't speak Spanish, well, first off I apologise in advance, but also I will translate. So Paolo is on his own in his kitchen. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Ma vida es bonita pantalones. My life is pretty pants. Pistachio, cashew, macadamia. And it's driving me nuts. Lavendos plates, la tristeza durera. Even small tasks, like doing the dishes, fills me with everlasting sadness. And then his wife comes in. His wife Maria, and she goes, ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Why? ¿Por qué? Why? What's the problem? Te gusta lavar los platos. You love doing the washing up. En el pasado. Or at least you used to. ¿Qué pasa? What's changed? Ahora tenemos un lavavajillos. He says, well, now we have a dishwasher. Necesito encontrar razón para vivir. I need a new reason to live. Puedes. You could. Okay. What? Enchanted. You could. Okay. What? Paint the garden fence. You've been talking about doing it since we moved in. And that was a long time ago. Maldito jodido condenado. And apparently Maria's very cross about this. So Paolo goes away and he comes back, and I don't know if you can tell, but there's a very slight change in the mood of the music when he comes back. Juan Gonzalez was very good at being able to guide his audience around the emotional battlefield of what his characters were experiencing. So see if you can tell the difference. La cerca es terminada. Finite, ma vide completo. The fence is painted, it's finished, and my life is complete. Ahora tengo que morir. Now I must die. And having nothing left to accomplish in his life, he kills himself by drinking 2 pints of wet cement and jumping into a swimming pool, and Maria goes on to become a lifestyle coach in Norwich. So as a show, Paolo and the Household Jobs, like I say, mid-1800s, it's quite ahead of its time, but yeah, I think that gives this a flavour, and I hope that's good enough. That song suggestion came from Louise, amazing writer and performer and friend of the show, and you can find her on Twitter at TweetyBird. Bird is spelt with a Y instead of an I, and there's an E on the end, very cunning there. So that was another quarantine cabaret. If you're wondering why I'm in the kitchen, it's because at this time of day, I like to let my children go on what I call the PlayStation, and they play for a while, and also I thought a lot of those high notes might do with a bit of reverb, and we haven't actually tiled the floor in a lot of this, so everything's a work in progress. I'm very sorry if you could hear the fridge buzzing throughout that, but I'm not doing it again. It buzzes like a fridge, let's do some Radiohead. So just a couple of other things. We've got more Quarantine Cabaret coming very soon. Just did an amazing, proper official music video for the Panic Buying Blues, which is my first ever song on this particular playlist. If you go back, you can see me in my living room playing it. I call that the Fathead Mix. This is now a fully realised and amazing music video by myself and DJ Duckus. So go and check that out. If you put in Rich Stokes Panic Buying Blues official video, you will surely find it. Please like and please subscribe. Anything else I need to tell you? Yes, there is! I've got 2 albums out. One album is mainly for grown-ups. It's quite grown-up material, and it's called Songs of Self-Loathing and Despair, and that is on my Bandcamp, mrrichstokes.bandcamp.com. You can go and have a listen to that, download that for free. Now, if you have any children or small relatives, I've also got an album of songs for kids called Songs About Stuff, and that's songs about cats and earwax and pirates and superheroes with no powers. Again, you can go straight over to Bandcamp and listen to that. And for every single album sold, I'm going to give £2.60 to the Somerset Wildlife Trust, because charities are suffering because of the whole COVID-19 thing, and they're especially not getting money from marathons, from the marathon that should have happened in London a few weeks ago. 26 miles, £2.60. There's kind of a correlation there. So go and do that. You can pay more if you like. The album is £7. And there was one other thing I really wanted to tell you, but I can't remember what it was. More albums coming up. I've got another studio album coming, and I've got a live album that was recorded a couple of years ago that we're just finishing off now. So, I'm going to stop babbling. Thank you very much for watching, and please go and watch some more of these videos. Goodbye.